Namaskar. This session is about a question that can we be meditative throughout the day? Are practices done off the mat less powerful than those done on the mat? And what can I be doing throughout the day when I'm not sitting for a particular technique like breath witnessing, pranayam, nadyo, self-inquiry, etc.? So basically, the question is about whether meditation is just that practice which you do in a specific time of the day, or is there a way to be meditative throughout the day? And some people ask, if they are busy, is there any practice which does not require any particular position or spot to sit on and they can do it anywhere? So, yes, we'll address these questions in this session. See, there are many methods to calm the mind. Meditation is one of that process, and meditation also has many types. But this is not the only way. There are many other ways also. For example, being present, being aware, technically is not meditation. But being aware, being in the now, and keep on reminding yourself that what's happening in the moment is one particular practice which does not require any specific time. You do not have to take out special time for that. You can set reminders on your phone. You can, like, for example, after every 2 hours or 3 hours or maybe 1 hour, that what's happening now. You just have to be aware of that. You don't have to close your eyes. You don't have to change your breathing pattern. Just notice what's happening in this moment. For example, this moment, you are listening to this audio and there might be some other things around you. Body is sitting or standing, and mind is trying to grasp what is happening. So, what you have done is, instead of getting lost in the stream of thoughts, you brought your attention to the present moment. This is what we cover in attention training and realignment program also, that how to train the attention to be in the present moment. So you have to keep doing it, and that's why it is called training. So what you have to do is just remind yourself. You can use a sticky note, or you can write a quote, or you can set up reminder on your phone, or whatever works for you. Basically, you have to remind yourself to be here and now and just be in the moment and see what's happening around. Not thinking about it, not analyzing it. No need to judge it. No need to make any commentary on it. Just observe without judging what's happening in this moment. So if you keep doing this, this is also a very powerful method. And some people only do this. They don't follow any other meditation process or any breathing practice, or they just follow this process of awareness. They keep reminding themselves. So what happens is, gradually the attention keeps getting trained. And when the attention is trained to identify, as soon as any thought pattern has appeared and it is not helpful, it is not a positive thought pattern which is giving you any positive input or anything which adds to your day or to your life, then you can choose to ignore it. So this training brings that awareness that you would be able to identify any unnecessary thought pattern also. So you would be spending less time in unnecessary and unhelpful thought patterns, and you will be choosing to be in the moment, in the here and now. And that's the goal of all meditation practices also. That through all practices, whether you're doing breath witnessing or you're doing um, the pranayama or self-inquiry, or you're doing mindfulness, whatever practice you're doing, ultimately it's to let you find that gap between your thinking process, the gap between two thoughts. And that gap, the first thing you would notice is the now, this present moment, wherein no thinking is required. You can just be on the observation mode. You don't have to judge things, you don't have to analyze things, just see the things they are. So that can be done without any limitation of space or time. Wherever you are, whatever time of the day it is, you can follow this. And there is no need to call it a practice also, because technically you're not doing anything. You're just noticing what's already there. You don't have to apply any effort. To do something, effort is required. To do nothing, no effort is required. So the next question can be that for how long you should do it, what should be duration. I would say spread it out throughout the day. 2 minutes after every 2 hour, let's say. After every 2 hour for 2 minutes, I'll be completely in the now. I'll just observe what's around me. What's happening at the level of my surroundings, what's happening at the level of my five senses, what's happening at the level of my body, my emotions, my thoughts, whatever it is, I'll not judge it. I'll be here and now. I hope it would be easy for you just for 2 minutes, and you just spread it out throughout your day. After every 2 hour, you can take out 2 minutes, right? I'm sure after, every few or even regardless of how busy you are, you take out time to check notifications on your mobile and sometimes go through different apps and all. So you can take out 2 minutes after every 2 hour for well-being, for your own well-being. And at this point in time, you might not understand what this practice or this process can do for you, what kind of transformation it can bring in your life. Because what you're doing is you're breaking the old pattern of your mind, your attention, which keeps on getting carried away with the thought process, with unnecessary patterns sometimes, and wastes a lot of time and sometimes worrying about unnecessary things. So this may look like a very simple practice, and question may appear in your mind that, what this can do for me, why should I do it, and how would this help me? But you have no idea that what kind of transformation this simple practice can do. Although I'm calling it a practice here for the sake of language, but it is not even a practice. It's not even an effort. You don't have to do anything. You just have to observe what's already happening. So what it does is starts to break the old conditioning, the old training your mind has since birth of getting carried away with thought. So it retrains the mind, and gradually, when you'll be doing it for weeks, then you'll start seeing the result. And gradually, it will give you a choice. If a thought pattern has appeared, should I follow it? Is there any need to get more energy to it by giving more attention to it? You will see that as soon as this choice comes, then life becomes way more easier. If there is a problem in front of you, instead of wasting time and worrying about it, your mind will automatically choose that what should be the solution, because worrying would not solve anything. Whatever action is needed, let's do it. This will not only help you in your day to day life, but this will also help you in your inner journey. Because the goal of meditation and all spiritual practices is to let you see the reality the way it is, not seeing the surroundings through the lens of your thinking process, your judgments, your opinions, but by seeing it without judgment, the way it is. And this process of awareness, seeing things and training your mind to be aware of what's happening around at the level of surrounding, at the level of body, at the level of mind, that's what will retrain the mind. And you may have seen many monks, you might not see them doing any particular practice, sitting at one particular time or anything. But this is something which happens automatically throughout their day. Throughout their day, they're aware. This is what they're doing. This is not just a very simple process. So this is not just any simple process. This is the way even awakened beings live. This is the way they see things. So even if you do not follow any other meditation process, or if you just do this would be enough. Yes, other processes like breathing exercises, for example, you do an alternate breathing, anulom vilom pranayam, or you do forceful exhalation. All that will help you in this process. So all the preparatory steps which most people focus on is just to get to this, wherein you are able to be aware all the time. So what happens is usually people get confused about the preparatory steps and forget why exactly they started to practice in the first place. Why exactly you want to do meditation? What kind of change you want to see in you? What's your purpose? Is it not to make your mind more calm and peaceful, or the inner growth so that you can live a blissful life? Yes, every practice has its role. One particular technique might not connect with everyone. Each individual may connect with some other technique. There are hundreds of methods. So whatever makes your mind calm and peaceful, that should be the indicator. It can be, listening to some soothing music. Some people connect with the chants, kirtans, or the particular frequency of Bij mantras. Some people feel connect with, let's say, games, playing games. They feel um, energetic and they feel there and now, especially when you have to be alert. Those kind of games. That's also a practice. Yeah. Some people connect with selfless service. That's also a practice which will transform your life. It will clean the mind. Some people connect with the analytical way of inquiring, using the intellect to analyze, what is real, what is not real, trying to understand the mysteries of the cosmos. So whatever connects with you. So you should not feel bad just because you missed your pranayam or you missed your one session. Because regretting about something is way more worse than not doing it. Okay, you missed it, no problem. You stay aware throughout the day. That's the main thing. Try to keep on bringing your attention back from the thinking process to the here and now. Don't try to fight with the mind. There is no need to feel that you can, just in because you've been doing it for few years or few months or few weeks and you'll be able to stop the mind. That's not the goal. There's no need to stop the mind. There's no need to fight with the mind. Mind is just one of the function. Just like your heart is beating, your lungs are working, your breathing process is happening, your digestion is happening. Similarly, mind is doing its job. That's fine. It's like your hand is doing its job. Problem arises when thinking process starts to drive you, when it becomes the master, when it's not listening to you, when it's the other way around. That's where the problem is. It's like, your, let's say your heartbeat is not listening to you, a hand is not listening to you, and it's doing its own thing. Similarly, this is your mind is just a function which is happening on its own. Most of the time, you're not even creating thoughts consciously, happening on its own, based on the conditioning so far, based on the memories so far. Thoughts are coming and going. So there is no need to fight with it. The aim is not to stop the mind. The aim is to be free. Whenever you want to use the mind as a tool for thinking, programming, planning, that you can use it. Rest of the time, if you want to focus on some work, you should be able to do it properly. Yeah, there is unnecessary thoughts are not required there. You may require thoughts for planning. You may require thoughts for doing a task. That's how it should be. So we should always understand what's purpose, why exactly we are doing this in the first place. Don't get confused with the words like meditation, this meditation, that meditation. That's not important. What is important is what kind of change you want to see in you. And there are many ways to do that. So, yes, preparatory steps are very helpful. You should definitely make a schedule of doing breath work, pranayam in the morning. You can do chants, you can do om chanting, like Nadyu, you can do breath witnessing. But do not forget that throughout the day, you should also remind yourself to be aware. That's what will bring the real transformation. That 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes might not bring that transformation. But throughout the day, if you just remind yourself for just 1 minute, 2 minutes, after every 1 hour, 2 hour, that I have to be aware what's happening right now. Even if you're working on your laptop, let's say, or you're, doing some work, you can be aware, right? Okay, body is doing this, mind is thinking about this, this is the surrounding, this is happening. That's it. Very simple. You don't have to understand how it works, why it works. Just try it for a few days and then see whether it really works or not. So I hope you'll utilize this powerful method which even monks use, and it is for everyone. It's not exclusive for only monks. Everyone can be aware. Everyone should be aware. So I hope you'll utilize this. May you live a blissful life.